I'm supposed to hit got it, or you will hit that.
Oh, I have to got it. All right. It's on Twitch now.
Okay. We're already up to the first board there. Levin and Weinstein. I see Brad Moss and Joe are already in 5 diamonds.
So hello, viewers. I'm Michael Schuster, and I am streaming this live with Ron Smith.
Hello.
San Francisco usually, and I'm in Philadelphia. It's a little East Coast, West Coast thing going on here. I do have the Twitch chat open in another room. If you want to interact with us, a comment in the Twitch chat, I will eventually see it. So feel free to ask questions or interact with us through the Twitch chat, and I will do my best to actually look at that every once in a while, and we can respond to it.
So we'll see, both of them got to 5 diamonds, but it's actually a good 6 diamonds contract. Well, not good. You would need the clubs 3-3 to avoid the hard loser. And I guess in the close, they only made 5.
So are they still bidding board 1 in the one room?
Still bidding board 1 in the I guess this is the open room.
Ah, okay.
Oh yes, on the left.
So it looks like one of the rooms got a little bit of a head start. So
well, they also have Joe Grew, and he's a very fast player. If Steve Weinstein doesn't slow him down.
I'm gonna take a moment. This is my mother calling from Vancouver.
Call from Vancouver, BC.
But we got to answer, Mom. That's for sure.
Yeah. Hello. I'm running a USBF thing right now. Can I call you back in a little bit?
Well, they did reach 6 diamonds in the open room. Didn't see how the play went in the closed room, but they only made 5. I'm assuming, let's see, diamonds are 2-1, clubs are 3-3. It's called for 6. Not often they bid a slam after you open the bidding.
Apparently I'm muted.
Okay. Okay, I was just muttering. They're playing the slam on board 1 in the open room, and board 2, they're in a nice, cozy 2 hearts.
So yes, I mean, 6 diamonds, basically both Greco and Hampson took rather aggressive views on the second round of bidding. 4 spades, when he could have bid either 4 diamonds or 5 diamonds. You know, I see as a passed hand, but still sort of like, that's a lot to bid, 4 spades. And the jump to 6 diamonds on kind of a balanced hand with a little bit extra also seems really aggressive. So they got to what amounts to kind of a bad slam, but on a good day. Is there anything interesting about this 2-heart contract in the board 2 in the other room?
Doesn't, so what do we have here? How many losers have we lost? looks like he should have, well, he's probably gonna lose 2 hearts and 2 spades. And a diamond, so he's gonna play carefully, I guess. He can win the king of diamonds, throw a diamond on the ace of clubs, and then lead a heart. But he's going to put in the jack and have 2 heart losers.
So what is the jack demonstrably the best line of play in the heart suit?
Ace, king, jack, 9, 6. I was at singleton. Well, it depends on
You need 5 tricks, right?
5 tricks is low to the jack. I'm pretty sure.
I know low to the jack is always going to be your best line for 6 tricks. Given like maybe you can be roughing things in your hand, there's something to be said for low to the 9 or cashing the ace king, I guess, is what he's going to do here. It's I mean, he also has a lot of tricks, right? He's going to make more than just 2 hearts if he loses 2 heart tricks.
Well, living him to nickel, they didn't have a mishap. They took the obvious 12 tricks.
If diamonds were 3, it also would have been a problem on that board. I mean, what would you do with the north hand after on board 1 after you pass? You hear a spade on your left, 2 diamonds by partner, 3 spades on your right, and you've got that nice hand with ace 10, 9, 5 of clubs and king 4 of diamonds and the working singleton spade.
Well, with my sound partners, I go 5 diamonds. I don't cube it 4 spades. I don't think I'm looking for a slam here.
Yeah, that's sort of my feeling. Sort of feel like I just want to bid 5 diamonds. I don't want to give them extra room over 4 spades to pass or double it. I don't know who's making what.
And with some of my junior partners who like to bid a lot, I go 4 diamonds.
So Greco's open 1 heart with the south hand on board 2. And I imagine they're going to get to more than just 2 hearts after that start. West made a takeout double, and North is looking for a penalty, and South's attitude towards that is no. So I assume he's going to bid 2 hearts to tell his partner, let's not look for a penalty.
But they tend to open very light. They play precision. So I think what happens nowadays, people invite with 13 instead of drive to game.
Especially in misfitting 13, but then again, they're red and it's imps, so
They're fearless. They're not that old yet.
I mean, they do give this like nice bonus when you bid and make a vulnerable game at imps.
That's true. But he's gonna have to really.
Yeah, the cool kids, they call me bonus aware because I like to bid a lot of red games.
So this is going to be. Whoa, 3 clubs.
3 clubs. Wow. Kid's right in there with a balanced hand and 4 small clubs. Well, I mean, now they could be going for the value of the game that the North-South may or may not be making. If North doubles this, what are they losing?
It looks like they're down about 4. Looks like they take a spade, 2 clubs, and a diamond.
I mean, off the top, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and a spade is 7 tricks.
That's down. Oops.
That's 500 off the top. And
North bid 4 hearts.
wow, I'm shocked that North just didn't take a piece of 3 clubs with that hand. The kid was way out of line with that, with the 3 club bid.
Now, is there any way he can make this? I mean, to me, I think he would take the club ups, 9 of clubs sort of signals, don't take the club finesse.
So he's got a lot of work to do. The spades.
Well, you can guess it if he plays the ace king of hearts like the other guy did, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see.
That's not clearly enough, right? He might still lose 2 spades, a diamond, and a heart. So he may have to keep his heart losers to none by roughing things in his hand. Eloping with the tricks seems like your best chance. I mean, is he gonna play for 5-1 hearts? You could just play like a heart to the 9 and then try to ruff with the 3 and the 2 and then telescope the losers in the end position to make them lead into your ace, king, jack.
See here, the card play. This used to
And what do
be,
you think right-hand opponent's shape is on that? I think left-hand opponent's gonna be 4-1-4-4 to actually raise to 3 clubs here, because Kit was insane to do it on his actual hand.
I think there used to be an app that tell us exactly what this is.
I mean, you could play a heart to the ace and then try to ruff things in your hand. So like ace of clubs, club ruff, ace of hearts, diamond. Say they dock, you win, you ruff another club, you play another diamond up. I mean, maybe you need diamonds to be 3-3, so you need lefts to be 4-2, 3-4.
It's true.
It does look like you can score, you can score 3 ruffs in your hand. Ace of clubs and 3 club ruffs is 4 tricks. 2 diamonds is 6 and a spade is 7. If you can score the ace, king, jack of hearts, you have 10.
Oh, see, dock the club.
Well, I mean, that's a lot going for it because you can pitch your spades on the ace, jack of clubs, but then again, you're not roughing those anymore. So now he's lost a club. He has to lose a diamond and a spade. He has to not lose a heart trick.
I don't see how that's happening, but stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, you basically have to coup. You have to coup east after cashing the ace, king of hearts now.
But then you have to make your 2 low ones, and then the jack 9 at the end. I don't see this happening.
So you're gonna have to ruff twice in your hand and get to dummy to play it. I guess there's this double dummy button I could push, and it would do the analysis for me, which sort of feels like cheating.
Okay, well,
All right, I just push the button, and he can make it from here.
he can make it from here.
He can. So so it does seem like it's possible, because they're telling me it is. But it does feel like you're going to have to cash the ace, king of hearts, popping off that queen, and then coup east out of the heart 10.
Right, that's going to be.
But you basically have 3 entries to the dummy in the king of diamonds, the queen of diamonds, and the king of spades. And you're going to need to use those entries to, you're going to need to ruff twice in your hand along the way, and then get back to dummy with the 3rd time. So every time you go to dummy, you have to ruff something. And one of the things you're going to have to do is also pitch one of your spades, I think. Maybe you don't have to pitch a spade. Maybe you could just exit with a spade. Oh no, that would be the 4th defensive trick if they were off the
Right, you got to be outside of these aces. You got to win the rest.
Meanwhile, we have some excitement in the other room. So more redoubling going on is of the support variety, it looks like. So looks like Brad and Joe must use a transfer responses to their
They do.
to their 1 diamond, which is a little more jammed over 1 diamond. Well, West doubled, so it gave them all the room.
South open 1 diamond. Okay, let's see. Kind of hard to believe the South open 1 diamond. But
Well, it's a precision situation for them at favorable vulnerability, so it was a precision diamond.
Okay.
And
Even then, it's like, I know people were opening 11 and 10
Oh, yeah.
but we've dipped to 9 already.
I'm not even sure that's a open chart legal diamond, because it's artificial. And an artificial opening bid at the 1 level has to promise at least average strength, which means you have to deliver at least 10 in 1st and 2nd seat. So I think this is actually a chart violation that he opened 1 diamond or artificial there. And you get busted. I'm doing view graph, honey. Busy day at the Schuster household, apparently.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in 3 hearts, looks like Declare is going to lose 2 clubs and a heart is 3, diamond for 4, and a spade for 5. Unless you can do something about one of those things, it looks kind of booked for now on. Check back in on the Trump coup table.
Well, he's got rid of the aces. They've taken both of those.
So is he still on track to make it? He has roughed in his hand. He's pitched his spade. He's
Oh,
cashing the ace of hearts. If he catches
he-
the king of hearts here, I think he's going to make this thing.
I think he locked himself into the ace king.
Yeah, I think he's got it.
Oh yeah, he does have it. Oh my God.
So now he just
He's got a rough
crosses to a diamond, roughs a club, but he knows that's the thing to rough. Crosses back to a diamond, that lives, and now he's conveniently in dummy.
Bart tries to get him to
So this is actually a grand coup because this club's a winner that he's going to rough.
right.
If you rough a winner to reduce your trumps, it's technically a grand coup.
Well, he made it. Wow, kudos.
So really cool. I mean, it's hard to spot double dummies. So kudos for Eric for spotting that.
But the other guy made 5 in 2 hearts. So there must be something to this.
Well, he popped the ace of clubs. Notice that Greco roughed, roughed club winners.
Right.
So nine more in Nichols' column. And to go with the 11 that they won on board 1, this match is starting to look like the other match as far as the scores go.
Right. But it's a professional match where they usually make some sort of comeback. So like in basketball.
Yeah, well, I mean, like 100 imps were scored in the 4th segment yesterday. That's a lot over 15 boards, but the score is not going to finish here. There's going to be a lot more imps scored over the 60 hands today.
Right. We got Joe Grew on the other side. I'm sure he's going to be active now.
I'm just going to double check what the actual convention charts say about that artificial 1 diamond opening bid. Assuming that's artificial since it promises 2+.
Oh, that he can't have 9 points. But see, where I think this chart they give you, this is the team.
Yeah,
trial.
so it is artificial. A 1 diamond has to show 3 or more to be considered. Oh no, if it is always either balanced or 3+ diamonds, then he's okay as a quasi-natural. I'm not sure if that means that he can still play it as with 9 high card points.
But see what I'm saying, this is the team trials. What are the governing bodies? They don't play as well as these guys. Why are they making the rules and what this guy can do?
I think they just use the open plus chart in the team
Yeah,
trials.
I'm just saying that chart should maybe apply to the lower levels of bridge, but shouldn't apply here. I think you should be able to do what
Well, it's the same chart they use in the Vanderbilt.
I know, and I disagree with that too. I think there's a chart for the Flight 8 players, and then for the top players I think it should be a free for all.
I agree. I wanted the chart to just read conventions are allowed.
Right, conventions are allowed, not just allowed.
You know, for at least the top level, that 1 sentence thing would be sufficient.
Right, for the top 1%, it should be right. It shouldn't be restricted to whatever some bureaucrat wants them to do.
So the rule is that they're actually playing under is disallowed under number 2, an artificial 1 level opening bid in any seat that could contain less than average strength. So then the question becomes, is that 1 diamond opening bid artificial? Which then you have to go into the
Right.
into the definitions section on the chart, which doesn't define any color is not natural or quasi-natural. So for that to qualify as quasi-natural, it would have to meet this definition: a minor suit bid that is either natural, which this is not, or shows a pattern that meets the definition of a natural no trump opening. So 5332 does meet the pattern of a natural no trump opening. So if that's the only pattern that could be a doubleton diamond, but if it could be a doubleton diamond with, say, 4 well, I mean, I guess it would have to be, I mean, he's never going to have 6 clubs because they have a 2 club opening bid that's natural. So I guess it will always be They looks like they are okay agreeing this. And I'm glad. I mean, it's a stupid way to have a bunch of imps swinging by having.
Well, we didn't call him when they said we couldn't open a no trump with 7222. The very day that came in, Brad himself opened one no with 7222, and we didn't call the director. Why would we call the director?
Well, because you're grown-ups, right? I mean, but although of all the people who might call the director on a technical issue, Brad is kind of like at the top of the list of the people who would actually call.
Hey, he would do that, but we didn't.
You know what I mean? The players who know the players, we know who is most likely to call the director when they over a perceived wrong, and who is more likely to just want to play bridge.
Right. But Woolsey and Bart got a level lower and 2 hearts on that board. They were in 3 hearts down 2. So maybe there's a swing. I don't know if he can actually make 2 hearts. Seems like they got a trick at the end.
So they drifted 2 off in 3 hearts. They might have been able to hold it to down 1. So.
Right. Brad got to rough the second round of spades. He had to throw all his spades.
But meanwhile, Jeff and Eric are playing this hand in 2 spades, which
Oh, here we go.
seems like a sensible contract, and shouldn't have too much trouble making, I think.
Oh, North came in and they gave up.
I think the defense probably is best off just leading trumps early and often. Like if you lead the king of spades at some point, declare can't rough diamonds and dummy without establishing. I guess that's not quite right, because the 8-7 can't stand up and you don't have the 9. There do exist situations where you have a holding like king 10-3 of trumps, and you can lead the king, forcing them to win the ace and then have to rough their things with high trumps instead of low trumps.
Right. They're sort of high. His partner's got the 9. He has to rough both of them. But yeah, queen, I guess not. He'd still get the king in the 6.
In East,
Jack in the 6. So we don't know.
East has to actually guess whether or not to what this is from Jack 10-9 of diamonds, or whether this is from Jack 9-8 of diamonds, whether to pop up with the ace here on the 9 of diamonds play. And he's considering it. But if he pops up with the ace of diamonds, declare doesn't have to rough anything.
Right.
Declare doesn't know that there's this club finesse work on side. It's almost certain to not take it. It's the auction pull window, which I don't think it did. It did not. Interesting that where the south hand was opened 1 diamond, they wound up defending 3 hearts, whereas when the south hand was passed, they wound up getting to buy it in 2 spades. Sometimes just the way the auctions time out is create swings.
That used to be the discussion when we were on the road way back in the day, like how the bidding would come up, develop. We lost a big swing in my match because the guy had 5 hearts, ace, king, and 6 diamonds to the king.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Everybody opened the bidding, and left hand on a lot of matches bid 4 spades and bought it. In our match, the guy opened, he didn't open. And he came in EQ bid to show his 2-suiter, and they now bid to the 5 level.
So that hand's actually kind of fascinating. At least I had a lot less information playing 5 hearts doubled. I have to not take any rounds of trumps in order to play it most safely.
Right.
The way the play developed, I cashed an early round of trumps, and that was very bad for me. They tapped me right away in clubs, and they held off the first round of diamonds. And if the diamonds are 3-1 and I draw trumps, I'm down 3. They hold off the second round of diamonds. So I played it safer down one. I knew they could make 4 spades. That was a disaster because the ace diamonds could not hold up the second round. I could have drawn trumps and knocked out the ace of diamonds. They would have had to win it.
Oh,
So that was our teammates didn't double it, so it was super easy for declare to play to make it. But if I don't cash trump early, then I can do both things.
so you were in 5 hearts also?
After opening our artificial club, and that kind of because we can't open anything else with Sam with that kind of pattern, and that left-hand opponent could only just bid diamonds with that because he had 6 clubs. So it went something like a club. I'm confusing 2 hands. It went a club, some number of spades, and it came back to me at 4 spades. I went like a club, a spade, and no trump, 4 spades, something like that.
Okay.
And I bid 5 diamonds. I was okay. I'm confused. I went club, a spade, and no trump, 3 spades. I bid 4 hearts, went 4 spades, pass. I bid 5 diamonds.
Yeah, I was surprised that our teammates let them play it in 4 spades for an easy 620. But that was just the set from hell. We could have put that team away so many times, but we let them up. And sure enough, well, I see Jeff didn't guess the spades. He was doing pretty good, and then he let a spade to the ace on board 3.
The defense can now draw trumps, but they don't have anything to run after that. So, but they are going to take 3 trump trick. Oh no, they can't take 3 trump tricks.
Well, they play a heart.
Oh, but they have the heart. They do have 1 heart, so they can cash the jack of spades and play the 9 hearts to promote a 6 of spades for down 1.
For down 1, right?
And that's actually that's good enough to rather significant swing back to Fleischer, because they're plus 200 at the other table against 3 hearts and plus 50 against 2 spades. Sort of seemed like a bit of a nothing board, but it turned into a swing.
Yeah, 6 imps.
6 imps, half a game swing.
Can't lose too many of those.
All right, so Fleischer's on the board now. The board that's hitting the table in the open room didn't seem like it was that interesting a hand. It's kind of a hard partial in the closed room for north-south, which scored 9 tricks, basically losing a spade and a diamond and 2 clubs. Can't really misguess the hearts. You could finesse the 10, which I think is the percentage line of play for 5 tricks, because you don't have the 9, so cashing the ace, king, queen only basically works with against jack 9 doubleton or 3-3, whereas finessing the 10 works on all the 3-3 and 4-2 breaks where the jack's on side, which is a greater percentage of hands. So after a diamond pass a spade, you don't love bidding 2 hearts here with the 5-3-3-2 and terrible hearts, but passing is dangerous also. I know a lot of players who would pass here.
Brad did pass, and he balanced with 2 hearts over 2 diamonds. I think he buys it here.
West made a sport.
Oh,
double.
no, it's a board double. Oh, my God. So, no, this is going to.
So what does East do? I mean, I guess East runs back to 2 spades.
Right. I mean, I don't think he has a home in diamonds. He could hit 3 diamonds, but
It does bring up the level. It turns out here partners, has that dreaded doubleton diamond that they've opened the bidding on. You're sitting there with 5 of them. You think diamonds is okay. East-West are not going to fare well if they play this hand. Even undoubled, they are vulnerable. They have 3 hearts and 2 spades off the top, and they can lose a spade rough because it can go heart, 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 pitching a spade, 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 spade rough if they're playing it in diamonds, and they still have 2 diamonds to lose after that. So that would be 3 hearts, 2 spades, a rough, and 2 diamond tricks for 8 tricks for the defense, just enough to make 2 diamonds north-south.
Well, Bart's got to decide because Jeff's in on the hunt here with the redouble.
I mean, that's all the bad things that can happen to you when you're, when you're side holding is ace, king, queen, fifth opposite a stiff.
Right.
You can't forget in to run them until the defense has done their things. This could, I mean, South, I don't know what South does here. I think South passes it, but. And South knows this is a 4-3 fit. Maybe he'd hit it with the, he's got great defense with the ace, king, ace, and a partner who's said, I have interest in defending. I think Jeff gives up here and passes, but maybe he takes another call. And Jeff's kind of thinking, I've got ace, queen of diamonds sitting over the opening bid, or the king of spades is probably a good card. Defending would have been an easy way to get a +4. They can make 3-no trump, I think. The defense can only take 3 clubs and a diamond.
But what do we, oh yeah, we take 9 tricks. 5 hearts, 2 spades, and 2 diamonds.
Now in 3-no trump, you can't cross to the ace of spades to lead a heart to the 10, which is the line of play you want to take in the heart suit, because then the hearts are blocked when it wins, unless the jack of diamonds is an entry. And the jack of diamonds is not an entry if East prevents it from being an entry. So if it was jack 4th of hearts on side, you'd not be able to pick that up in 3-no against top best defense. Though East is probably going to lead a diamond, South can put on the jack and play hearts to the 10. And I think you're going to see the 4, the 2 of diamonds led against 2-no trump. Meanwhile, we have some excitement in the other room. I see the auction has reached the stratosphere.
Brad bid the expected 5 spades. Now, can you? Well, I don't think anybody knows the lead of trump here. Could lead a heart and trump switch. But how would he know that? He would probably win the heart and lead a club, thinking that the.
So he did not put up the jack of diamonds. He doesn't think the king of diamonds is on side.
Right.
Has been led from. So he kind of wants to freeze the diamond suit because low diamond to the queen, West can't effectively lead a diamond away from his theoretical king. So Declare is just going to try to clear the hearts. His plan is to take 4 hearts, 2 spades, and 2 diamonds for 8 tricks. So, well, you got to win the 7 of diamonds. West didn't put up why didn't West put up the 10? Seems like that's.
I guess he gave him the count.
So let's go queen of hearts, 10 of hearts, overtaking with the ace, king of hearts. That's going to break, and Declare is going to have 9 tricks.
Could be wishing why I didn't leave at 3-no.
Yeah.
But 2-no is a fine contract. Most of the time, you'd be happy to make 2.
That we're predicting push there. So what has happened in this one where North opened 3 spades in the other room with an outside ace and a bad suit at unfavorable.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. South bid 4 spades and West with 7 hearts to the ace, king, queen, and 7, 4, 1, 1. It was called a swan. Bid 5 hearts, not knowing whether that was he was bidding it to save or to make, and South backed in with 5 spades instead of doubling it, which seems kind of reasonable. I might have just doubled because it's the 5 bubble, but it looks like 5 spades it was the more successful call. So they're going to lose a heart and a club, I think.
Or maybe, oh yeah, they're going to lose the club because he's going to try to cash ace, king of diamonds to get rid of the club. And that's not going to work.
Well, the defense may play a trump after the jack of hearts folds.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if he does that or plays
West knows Declare has a high club because his partner didn't lead from a high club, which he would have done with the ace king. So West kind of knows the hand. But I don't know that there's much he can do about it. And West is playing nearly double dummy in this position.
I guess he knows, unless his party's being tricky, he knows the card's got 3 hearts, so he knows he's got to be short in diamonds.
Now, this is a position someone might lead the jack of hearts from jack third when their partner's bid the suit at the 5 level, just in case they need to shift through something in dummy.
That's possible.
But I straightforward thinking, it does look a lot like it's going to be 7, 3, 1, 2 on your left. And you know it's either the ace or the king clubs there. So declared wound up getting an extra trick and wound up getting his jack of clubs late in the day because the ace king queen of clubs were on side and scored an over trick for 180. Not as juicy a result as they could have had if they defended 2 spades, but still quite good.
Now we'll see what Hampson opens.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to open 3 spades, but it's, boy, is it scary when your spade suit is king jack 8.
I guess 2 spades is out of the question.
Yeah, I mean, it's if it was 7-2-2-2, I would be, I could see a really solid argument for 2 spades at unfavorable there with keeping the level lower and still showing values in long spades. Kind of a mix of safety and aggression. But here you've got the straight flush from the 3 to the 8. Not exactly what we would call in the day double proof spots, which are the spots you would use to preempt 1 level higher than your length would indicate if you have, like, you know, the jack 10, 9, 8 of the suit, where it's hard for them to double. Here it's like super easy for someone with like queen 10, 9, 4th to pass a takeout double. So I think
now he made the dummy rough, so this is pretty easy now. He's got 11 tricks for sure.
so he can, he's going to try the ace. I wonder if he's going to cash. He doesn't need to cash the king of diamonds right away.
No, he doesn't. He
I
didn't
guess-
have to cash the ace of diamonds. He could have crossed to the ace of clubs, dropped a heart with the ace of spades, overtake for the 12th trick, but I don't think he's doing that now. Oops.
So he is cashing 1 high spade before
Oh,
cashing the
so
king of
now
diamonds.
he's going to cash the king of diamonds and rough that he's going to make 6.
Yeah, this is the path to 12 tricks. So he's going to cash the king of diamonds now. It's going to live. He gets to pitch his club away. And now he's claiming 12 tricks. Ace of clubs, heart rough high. Everyone's good with that. And it's over. So carefully played by Joe to take the maximum number of trucks. Is Greco really thinking about making a slam try here with the south hand opposite an unfavorable 3 spade bid? Looks like
He did.
that's a
He bid
preempt
4
key card
clubs.
river.
He bid 4 clubs. I think that asks for key cards.
So it's alerted without an explanation at this point, but I assume that asks for key cards, and West is going to disrupt this probably with 5 hearts. That's what I would do. If I went 3 spades past 4 clubs, key card on my right, I'd be bidding 5 hearts.
I only bid 4. It seems like 5 just says it's okay to bid for the opponents.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, 5 hearts is saying, I believe you can make slam. And if I was south and I was saying, well, if he thinks I can make slam, then I think I can make slam. So
Right.
I'll bid slam.
Oh, he bid 6 hearts. Even bigger bidder.
So Kid has this funny rule where he's talking about when to run from a penalty double. And he says, well, if 2 players at the table think our side is in trouble and I'm one of them, then I run. And I feel like there's a corollary there with these competitive slam options where I'm thinking about whether or not I'm supposed to bid slam. And if 2 players at the table think I can make slam and one of them is an opponent and I'm the other one, then I bid slam.
Bid slam. Well, they're in 6 spades now. It had the desired effect.
You know, the Hamp's just like, well, I've got 2 keys and it's, you know, what else could partner want? I've got
I come from the other school. Like if I jump to 6 hearts here and you bid 6 spades, I have 2 aces. I'm waiting on you. I'm the other way.
Well, 6 hearts could mean that. I mean, 5 hearts kind of sends the message. I think you can make slam most of the time.
Yeah, even then I tend to have defense if they bid higher.
Well, they're going to need to. How badly does 7 hearts get hurt? It's not that bad, right?
So you lose 2 clubs, a diamond, and a spade, provided no trickery. Low club out and you duck it. But even then, It's be club back, spade, club rough. Spade over club.
Well, they may lead the king of spades and then they'd have to shift to a low club to do a double dummy. King of spades, low club, shift to the queen, club back to the ace, diamond to the ace, club rough would be possible.
I think they're gonna pass six spades. Bart's already passed.
Yeah, I mean, I
Passed out.
might wonder if after the
Area
6 heart
now,
bid,
yeah.
Bart's supposed to bid 7 hearts. I mean, that would be most days they're not going to find that. Just lose 800 instead of 1430 for a modest loss against 680 of 3Ms. Then again, if Declare mangles the play somehow and goes down, and it is possible.
He's got to play one round of spades. You got Jeff Hampson on the play there. Way back in the day, the pup. I think I played with him in the Life Masters pairs when he was 19. I hope he's still pretty young.
Jeff is still pretty young. I think he's in his mid 50s now, which is like spring chicken for a bridge player, and he is still one of the best players on the planet.
Yes.
So I'd kind of be surprised if he did not take 12 tricks on this deal.
I guess I play with everybody in this match except for Eric Greco. He's the only one I've never played with.
Eric plays very seldom outside of the major championship events.
Right, he had a job for the longest. Well, he traded stock options like the rest of us did, but he stayed longer than the rest. I think they had program trading or something was going good in Philadelphia that we never found out, that went totally wrong in Chicago and San Francisco.
Now, against 6, I think Kit overtakes this and plays a club. It was kind of a hopeless problem against 5.
And so Declare would have to win it, rough a hard, play around the trumps, and play the ace, king of diamonds. I think he's up to that.
I think the best chance for the defense was a low club away from the king. Declare misguessing that. If Declare puts in the 10, they can't play a heart until the trumps. They can't play a heart until they've taken the club pitch.
Oh, he let him win the heart. He let him win the heart. Oh my God.
So if Declare can still make it, then I think it goes. If they misguess, goes 10 jack ace. Maybe they can't, because East can win the jack first round of hearts with the jack if West ducks it and play a second trump.
Right.
And there's no entry anymore for any sort of squeeze, and you don't have enough trumps to rough both your hearts. So the chance for the defense, I think, was a low club opening lead. I'm kind of shocked the kid didn't overtake this and play a club himself. And Bart should know where the ace of clubs is now, because if partner had 2 aces, they certainly would have overtaken it.
He certainly would have cashed it. Now he's got to worry about what does his partner want here?
I think he's thinking maybe my partner gets a diamond rough.
Yes.
That's what I was. Why a partner? And then they play the 7 of hearts, which is the almost the highest heart you can see. That's not the ace, the king, or the queen. If North held the 8 of hearts, then the 7 of hearts would be your partner's highest non-overtaking heart. I'm shocked he's played a trump here instead of a diamond. Maybe figured partner would have doubled 6 spades with the diamond void, but it's not clear to me. I would have tried to put the diamond rough.
Totally. Couldn't imagine why I got to hold the jack of hearts.
Yeah, I would have tried the diamond rough in about half a second after the jack of hearts held.
Like you said, you know the player's got the ace of clubs. If he's got, well, he's hoping he can't rough 2 hearts. And
plus, even if partner has a diamond, the diamond is at least attacking communications between the hands. So it was kind of the other table to play a part score while we were analyzing this one.
Wow, they played 2 spades. One guy had 7. They were only in 2 spades. How'd that happen?
They were maybe in in the ballpark for 3-0. So I maybe when your opening bids are of such wide range, I didn't actually see the whole auction at the other table. So
Right, it's kind of hard to believe they only play 2 spades on that hand. Okay, let's see if he plays ace king of diamonds. He's home free. I think he has no other choice but play the ace king of diamonds here.
he could try. Well, he can't really try to play them late. Surprised he might have won the spade in his hand to rough a
Draw up a
play the
heart.
10 of spades, and then when left hand won't follow it, overtake it and rough a heart right away. Cross to a club, rough a heart high, draw trumps ending in your hand, and then play the diamond. You don't need anything in the trump suit.
Right.
Right. So if you just 10 of spades to the jack, rough a heart, club to the ace, rough a heart high. You're out of trumps and dummy at that point. You've roughed 2 hearts and they've played 1, so you'll still need to cash the ace king of diamonds. So wait, here so declare can't just cross rough because he still needs to pitch the club on the king of diamonds late.
He's trying it. Home free now.
It's curtains now.
Gonna be
Another slam swing to nickel. This match is quickly getting out of hand. Yeah, that 1-6 imp swing, and we may be getting a game swing on the next board if my glance over the other table was correct about them maybe making 3-0. So we have some competition in the other room on
that match just slid up to 76 also.
So 11 and Weinstein have bid 4 spades, and they seem to be breaking badly offside. They've got a bunch of pitches on the ace king queen of clubs though. So it looks like they can take 6 spades, and 2 clubs is 8, a diamond is 9, and a heart is 10. So if our pops the ace of diamonds here, pitches 2 diamonds on the ace king of clubs,
And
he's home. Even if he plays the queen of clubs and it gets roughed by South as he pitches a heart loser away, that's still fine. Okay, so we now see that the board hit the table that thought might make 3-0. It's got 4 diamonds and 2 clubs is 6, and a spade is 7. So this actually may be a swing the other way because it doesn't look like East gets in with a spade at some point to lead a heart through, and they can take 4 hearts and a spade. Or East may find themselves on lead a trip 1 and lead a heart, depending on how the auction. Well, West is going to open hearts, I think. I would open 1 heart with the West hand in 3rd position. But one of the things is if you're worried about playing a 4-3 fit, 4-3-3 is actually a great pattern to play a 4-3 fit, because wherever, if some of your partners 4-4-3-2, wherever their doubleton is, you can rough it in their hand. It doesn't matter where it is. You'll have 3 cards in their doubleton. The 4-3-3 is actually the pattern that likes the 4-3 fit the most, just in general terms. There are a bunch of these other cases where you have a side source of tricks. You have 3 fast losers. You have to play the 4-3 fit when you have a lot of power. But if it's one of these hands where you're going to wind up at the 2 level in a 4-3 fit, and you both have relatively balanced hands, 4-3 is actually a good shape for that, not a bad shape, which is something I think a lot of people don't realize. What do you think, Ron? Playing standard, do you open out a club or a heart?
I guess in 3rd seat I open a heart, and then give the
If they're about to bid spades on your left, I definitely would prefer a heart lead to a club lead.
Right,
Opening at a diamond is not on my long list of things to do.
right, totally. I'm surprised at Kit. Kit's always the theoretician. Maybe he's got a reason for this.
I wonder what,
Two clubs in a rough is 3, 2 diamonds is 5, 2 spades is 7. So they're down 2 and 2 hearts with a club lead. And over here, I think they're going about to make 4 spades on board 7.
yeah,
So now what is he going to do? He has to, oh, he's got to play the queen of clubs and throw the heart.
that seems most likely. South of rough and still come to a spade and they'll still come to a spade and a heart, but that's,
Because you can't lead a heart to the king now and play ace queen of spades. They'll get the uppercut for down 1.
I mean, North can get in with the ace of hearts and play another club, but at that, if South's already roughed once, North can just, East could just rough with the ace and play the queen of spades, or just play the queen of spades. Let South off rough with the king and the hand's over.
The key is you can't lead a heart to the king now. Now, if you do that, you're down. Oh, he led the jack of diamonds. So you can play ace
Just
queen.
crossing to his hand to draw get the kids off the street, play ace of spades, queen of spades, and eventually lose 2 heart tricks.
Or the second spade, when he wins, it leads the heart to the ace and the club back. Now you can pitch the heart and let the guy rough. Sure enough, they balanced. Hampson then came in late in the bidding. Now they're in 2 spades.
So, and the 4-3 fit north-south is just fine because the heart tap comes into the 3-card holding. Spades break 3-3. So north-south take a lot of tricks in spades. The other table, they took 9. You can take just about as many tricks as you want to with this friendly lie of the cards with the king, jack, 10 of clubs, tripleton on side. The 8 of clubs even sets up. Just depends how open you play the hand, how many tricks you're going to take.
At one point, Fleischer had nickel down 50 imps in this match, in the middle of one of the segments.
You know, they won the first 3 segments. I don't know, they won 2 of the first 3 segments, and the second segment was nearly a tie.
Then they got blown out.
And then that 4th segment just ever since the end of that 3rd segment, they have not been doing well. I don't know if what the lineup was for nickel, but Nick is or Frank, is going by Frank now, is not playing this segment. A lot of the sponsors like to play the early segments on the day. They have to play 4 of the 8 segments.
But 10 o'clock might be too early, so he might play the second on the day. I'm not sure. I don't think he's played 4. I'm sure he has to play 2 more segments. He probably plays 2nd and 3rd, nickel. I think that's what he does.
And sometimes it may have to do with the way the seeding is working in the matches. If there's a pair that they're trying to get a lineup out,
Right.
then they may send different people in depending on who has the right to sit around the other team. For people who are listening, if they're not familiar, the way these matches work over 8 segments is before the matches start, the captains sort of choose which segments each team has the right to sit around the other team. So that if you have the right to sit around the other team, then they have to choose their seats first. You know who's sitting in which seat, and then you assign your players. And each team gets to do that 4 times. So if you think there's, say, a strategic advantage to having one specific pair against someone else, like Joe and Brad are pretty hard to play against. Maybe Nickel doesn't want to play against them, for example. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that would be a possibility. So if that was the case, then they may, if in a segment where Fleischer has the right to sit around them, they might sit out a pair that you were trying to avoid a matchup against. Certainly, like Levin and Weinstein are not hard to play against. And I don't think Greco and Hampson are that hard to play against as far as like what they bid. They're really straightforward precision. They're just very good at it. And same thing with Levin and Weinstein. They play a relatively straightforward, standard, somewhat conservative style, and they're very, very good at it. Joe and Brad, their system changes by seat and vulnerability. They're opening all their hands. They're in your face all the time. They try to make life miserable for their opponents, not through their sparkling personalities. They're actually very nice guys, but they're a challenge to play against. And I think I'm sure they would take that as a compliment.
Yes. Joe Guru, we call him Joe Boo. Rum God from Major League, the movie Major League. That's where he gets his nickname.
So a lot of players in the closed room, I'm looking at the East hand, or the auction started with, West was the dealer, right?
Right.
So it started with 2 passes to a heart. I think a lot of players would open that East hand a strong no trump, giving some value to that 5th heart as an upgrade. My feeling is sort of like you would never open one no trump with 17 in a 5-card major. Like the experts don't do that; it's too strong. You miss major suit games that way. So with the 5-card major, it feels to me the range is more like 14 to 16. And I'm a little surprised that Weinstein didn't open one no trump with sort of softish values and a good 5-card suit and 14. 3-0 East West definitely has better play than 4 hearts, which just has no play at all.
Right. Hopefully they've gotten better at that because well, they passed 2 hearts. What would happen? 3-0 would probably make, wouldn't it?
So they're going to lead the Queen of Spades, and you have to go after clubs before hearts to knock out the. Well, South has 2 entries to the spades, and you have to lose lead once in clubs and once in hearts to set up your 9 tricks. So it looks like you're going to go down in 3-0 on a high spade lead. Oh no, wait, you have the King 9 4 of spades. You have 3 spade stoppers.
But they can set up 5 tricks. They have a 2 dimes, a club, a spade, and a heart.
Right. The 3-0 may.
In the World Championship, the Swiss team kept beating the nickel team on hands where nickel would play on 4 of a major. The nickel team would play 4 of a major, and the Swiss team would play 3-0. And they would always have 4 losers in the 4 of the major, and the other team would make 3-0.
So because of the way the imp table works, if there's a choice between 4 of a major and 3-0, in order for the major suit to be right, it needs to take 2 tricks more than no trump. Because if it's just 1 trick more, it doesn't really matter if you're down 1 in both, or you're down, or you make exactly 9 tricks no trump, they make 10 in the major, it's 1 imp. So the case for 3-0 over 4 of the major is for 4 of a major over 3-0 is when the major takes 2 more tricks than no trump, which is a little less common, I think, than people play for it. Some players just say, well, we have an 8-card major suit, we're going to play it, and I'm not going to worry about whether or not 3-0 trump is right. And they've sort of decided this is a lifestyle choice, and that's fine. It's not a terrible lifestyle choice to never worry about the choice of games between 3-0 and 4 of major, but 3-0 is often the best contract.
I see the Spectre and Rosenthal match has 8-1, has been 8-1 for quite some time. Is it slow play, or is it that the boards are all flat at their tables?
I know we promised we weren't going to bring it up, but now the margin is about the same in the 2 matches.
Right. 65 and what is it, 76 in the other.
So I could easily see Kittenbark getting all the way to 4 spades on this board, which is the same they did at the other table. And well, they will, because Bart's made a game forcing positive response of 1 heart to 1 club, and they're in relay. So East and 7330, I think they show that directly. And that's going to be 4 diamonds, I think. Maybe lower. Let's see. 2 spades starts the 1 suitors. 2 spades high short, 2 no middle, 3 clubs equal, 3 diamonds starts the low short. So 3 diamonds 5 3 3 2, 3 hearts 6 6 3 3 1. So 3 spades 7 3 3 0. So Bart's probably counting on his fingers like I just did. I'm just faster at it. I believe they play just sort of like a straightforward symmetric relay where 3 spades would show the 7 3 3 0. Or maybe it's 4 clubs like I first said. Okay, so one heart showed one heart showed spades and maybe could have included hearts, and maybe they have one more step here. 1 spade asks. I assume 1 no trump would show also hearts. 2 clubs would show clubs. 2 diamonds show diamonds. 2 hearts would also show diamonds, non-reverse, or 2 spades starts high short. High, 2 spades, 2 no middle, 3 clubs equal short, 3 diamonds, first low short is 5 3 3 2. Then it goes 6 3 3 1, then 7. Maybe he runs on to controls. I bet that's what they do. I bet with 7 3 3 0 they run onto controls. So 3 spades would show 1 control, 3 no 2, and 3. But 4 clubs is showing 3 controls. So I think East has actually shown is just run onto his control count with 7 3 3 0 to show 7 3 3 0 with 3 controls. And looking at the West hand, you know your partner has 7 3 3 0 with 3 controls. You need him to have a control in hearts to have play for slam. So if he has control in hearts to have play for slam, then he can't also have a ace king queen of spades, because that would be 4 controls. So you know you're either off like here the spade king and the heart ace, or you're off the ace king of hearts, or you're off the ace king of spades. So you just can't have. He's just missing too much stuff. And his partner could still have the king of diamonds just as likely as the king of hearts. So he has nothing approaching a further move. And it's signed off. Of all the players I played against playing relay, I felt like for a non-relay player, Jeff Hampson understood the inferences of our relay auctions better than anyone. That he asked the right questions all the time. That was, and he would even say like, "Well, he stopped asking at this point in the auction, so that probably means he has this," and he would be right. So Jeff is very perceptive about what your opponent's auctions are what you're going to hold for your bidding in your system, even a system he doesn't play. I think the play will go sort of similar. So is anything interesting happening in the closed room?
The closed room, they stopped in 2 hearts. Stevie made a takeout double and then Q-bid, and Bobby retreated back to 2 hearts.
And we see once again the 4 triple 3 where you get a rough in wherever, and your partner's 4 4 3 2, and you get a rough in your 3 cards too.
Right.
Weinstein's calling the tournament director. Sometimes that is about nothing at all. I had a tournament director call where I was asking him to close the door because it was noisy in the hallway. Tournament director call about batteries on the tablets. It's not necessarily about something at the table.
Yeah, it looks like it's nothing, because the play continued. If it was an infraction, the play was stopped.
Player gets to rough his diamond here and then play, then knock out the ace of clubs. North is never going to get in to pressure declare in diamonds anymore. And that means that declare is going to actually take quite a few tricks here. He's only lost 2, and he can draw trumps and just lose the ace of clubs in this position. The spade goes on the long club.
I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to assume North doesn't have the ace of clubs.
There's nothing you can do about it, even if he does. So he's just gonna pitch his spades on the queen jack of hearts and play on clubs and either take 10 tricks or fewer than 10 tricks, depending on where the ace of clubs is.
Right. Draw the last trump here and give him the ace of clubs. Wonder why they didn't bid 4.
This is 18 opposite 6.
Right. It was
North opened the bidding. It's kind of awkward. Diamond double past a heart, 2 diamonds. Yeah, I like that 2 hearts just showing like a bad hand. When partner doubles and cubits, I'm not sure that West really has that bad a hand to want to do that.
Yeah, he gave it some thought.
Is it partners doubled and cubit shows just a huge hand. East doesn't necessarily have it. I think I would have just bid 1 no trump over 1 heart. To sort of get the values of the hand across in a non-forcing way. But maybe Weinstein was right because fly the cards is rather friendly for them to make 4 hearts.
Well, in pairs, he's going to get 170. We would have got only 90.
Yeah.
Looks like Bart's making 4 spades.
Down one of the lines of play to make. North's the 10 hearts was singleton. If he'd kept 1 more heart, then North would actually be end played on a heart to the queen. If they duck it, the king of hearts holds, and if they win it, they have to lead away from the jack of hearts.
Right.
But now North can lead the jack of hearts to pin out the 10, and the 9 of hearts will hold up. I think he's wondering why Declare didn't keep 1 more heart and 1 fewer club at this point, but there's nothing he can do other than play the jack of hearts. I suppose he could play a low heart, play mind games with Declare. Figure if Declare has
Declare has
king 9
that
left.
9. But if you play a low heart, Declare's got a free duck.
But Jeff's trying to figure out why Declare did this instead of the other thing. And the truth is, Declare was a little careless. That happens, especially when you can see that you've made your contract. A lot of players just sort of relax a little bit and maybe get a little careless in the parts they play. So 4 spades in the other room is Queen of Diamonds lead. Declare has to lose 2 clubs and a diamond. And diamonds are not all that friendly, but South can't overruff any spades other than the 2, any diamonds other than the 2, or any spades in diamonds. South can only overruff the 2 of spades.
Oh, I guess he came back a low heart. I didn't see it, but he made 5.
Oh, so everyone got a little careless. So, and that's 1 badly needed imp then to Fleischer.
The Fleischer.
Every imp, every imp is handy at this point for them.
Oh, there's a score now in the Spectre Rosenthal match. All of a sudden, Rosenthal got 8 imps, and it's 9-8 in that quarter.
I think. Well, I'm curious to see if Bramley opens a no trump here. Now he also opened a heart. They play a 10 to 12 no trump in first and second, not vulnerable. And Kit was just a little too weak for that. West raising with King 9 4 of spades and a 9 count. I mean, you kind of have to do it. You also sort of feel like 1 no is not a terrible call there. Partner's third C1 heart opening bid. I think this ends the auction. I don't think South takes another call here. It's just a balanced 10 count. It's going to let it go in 2 hearts. You did, so there should be no swing on this board either.
Well, the software stopped telling us what the contract was in the other room. Doesn't tell us what the deal was. I'm gonna go get my iPad, and so I can see what's happening in the other room. Now,
All right, so declare made 4 spades. 11 made 4 spades on board 10. This table is getting well ahead of the other table.
well, you got Bard and Kid are pretty slow. And Hampson
so is Eric Greco.
So is Eric Greco. The only slow player we have over here is Weinstein. Occasionally Brad goes into a long huddle.
Joe is super fast and Levin's pretty quick. And Brad is normally fast, but occasionally super slow. So this is a 3rd seat 1-no trump by Joe Brew on, not sure what their no trump range is. Let's see if he alerts. 12 to 16. So balanced hand. They open so light. I think like they just figure they're not losing out on any 1-no 3-no. They don't really want 1-no 3-no to even be a possible auction. Opposite the right 16 count, that South hand actually could produce a game, but you're not going to try for it. You're just going to let it go in 1-no. I think. I suppose you could transfer to diamonds and go there, or bid 3 diamonds to play if that's your method. Whatever you're doing, North's not doing anything more. This hand was played. This hand has not been played at the other table. It kind of looks like the hand belongs to East-West in spades.
Well, doesn't Joe have, what is their range of 1-no trump?
12 to 16.
Oh, 12 to 16.
So they're opening almost all their 9 counts. So I think they figure like the best partner can ever have is an invite opposite a 3rd seed 1-no. They'll never have a 1-no 3-no auction really. Opposite the 3rd seed openers with that range. And it's going to skew really heavily towards the 12 because it's a lot easier to get dealt 12 or 13 high card points than it is to get dealt 15 or 16.
He's right away. He's in some trouble. He's got 5 losers now at the top with the spade lead, and he still has to guess the 10 of diamonds.
Well, his partner produced like 0 cover cards for him.
Right.
You got the ace of spades and the ace of clubs. The queen of clubs actually covering the loser. The finesse is on side, but for a partner that opened a no trump, it's not doing a lot of help for your 6-card suit.
Right. So this is pretty bad.
So he's going to play low here because that basically finesses against either the queen or the jack on side, whereas the king is only finessing against the ace.
Right.
With the king 10 9 8 basically between the 2 hands.
Well, he could be desperate here if he goes over the king and finesses a spade and sheds one of the heart losers. That way he only loses a heart and a spade. Yeah, it's what he's doing. He's in desperation mode.
So, I mean, if he was patient here, I mean, he knows he's off a spade. Yeah, I guess he knows he's off a spade, 2 hearts, and 2 diamonds is down 1, so he needed to pop the king of hearts and 1 spade finesse. So interestingly, had West ducked the ace of hearts, the trick would have come back in the form of a spade, extra spade trick. And West isn't playing another spade. Declare has to choose whether rather have the spade finesse or the club finesse. Or does West play back a low? Well, he's shifted to the 7 of hearts, which is kind of a highish heart. So I would assume that is telling him don't continue hearts.
They might be playing second and fourth here. Because you did like second.
Yeah. Most players shift like low if they like the suit and high if they don't.
That's in America. The rest of the world is playing second and fourth. And 10 or 9, 0 2 higher, some people play also.
Well, 10 or 9, 0 2 higher through the closed hand, it makes a lot of sense.
Right. Or
Yeah.
the queens in the dummy or whatever.
I don't like the jack 10 eyes leads on the go, but
No, not on the go at all.
through the closed hand, it's often a good idea. On the go, they just seem to like tell the player exactly how the suit is lying that they would have otherwise misguessed.
You notice how it's hard to tell, even when the guy's leading second highest, that he can still have any of these things. I mean, he could have he could almost be fourth best, 7, 8, 9 jack.
So if you're playing second and fourth, then if you had 7-3 Doubleton, you would have shifted to the 3.
3, right.
Low from a Doubleton through declare. That would take some serious adjustment as a defender for me to get used to that.
Right. I played a whole tournament one time playing that way. It was difficult. It took me to the 4th day till I finally had it down.
So declare West should know where the jack is, because it's inconceivable that if South had king, jack, 8 of hearts, that he would have popped the king rather than taken the finesse.
Hard finesse with yeah. So he sort of knows the guy has it. Now he's going, he fell for it.
Yeah. Brad's in desperation, but at least he figures it's just 50-point understrokes. He still hasn't gotten around to the trump suit, and he hasn't taken a trick yet.
Right.
He's already down 1. They haven't gotten around to the diamonds yet.
So it's either going to be 3 down or 4 down.
Well, if he plays a diamond to the jack, a spade, or now East can win the ace of diamonds and play another spade, it just promotes the town.
Right. Oh, somebody's calling me.
So the defense is entitled to 2 more tricks right now.
Hello. Yeah. Okay.
So this is, you say, we picked him clean. Hard to believe the defense is making 2 diamonds here rather than declare.
Oh. Okay, let me see. Oh, really?
In the open room, this it's possible to miss this 4 spades. I imagine they won't, because if West makes any sort of game try, then East is going to accept it. If East is just shown. Oh, West is open a strong club, so East is probably going to show their balanced positive. However they do that, I think they have an 8 to 10 positive, maybe 2 diamonds. I don't know if the diamond overcall makes them have to worry about diamond stoppers before getting into their positive. So it looks like East passed, which may be something they have to do if their diamonds are bad.
Right. Yeah, be there tomorrow.
South doesn't really have much to do over the 1 diamond overcall. South could try to put it to them by bidding something like 2 clubs just to elevate the level. Oh no, I'm sorry. East was a pass down. East did okay. I thought that pass was from the current round. So East did bid 2 diamonds showing the 8 to 10 positive, and that should do it for South. South no longer with partner bidding their singleton, and the opponent's showing a hand that thinks they can make 3-0 trump is no longer really interested in getting involved vulnerable at 3 level. So East has shown 8 to 10 balanced. West will puppet with 2 hearts, and East will bid 2-0 trump, showing you the majors and the minors. West will ask with 3 clubs, and East will bid 3 diamonds to show 4-4, 2-3 pattern, and then West will bid 4 spades. He has to go through an end signal first to bid 4 spades, then he'll do that. Meanwhile, in the other room, it looks like there's a really cool board coming up to the table where 6 clubs on a 6-5 fit is very much a possible contract. But first, South has decided to show his spades before his 6-card club support, and West is preempted with 3 hearts. And things may become a little murky for them because North has real clubs and not spades, and South doesn't know that North has all these extra values. This is not, I don't think this is a precision club for them here.
No,
Yeah,
they're
it's a natural club because they're unfavorable and they're afraid of the competition. So we have interesting auctions in both rooms. As I said, 2-0 trump showed the majors and minors, 3 clubs in the open room, 3 clubs asks, and 3 diamonds will show 4-4, 2-3. And then West will bid out to 4 spades, and I expect he'll make that. So North
In the
is
other match. In the other
all
match, Brainiac and Demai, they bid 6 clubs on this hand.
so North followed through with 4 diamonds, and I think South is going to bid 4 hearts. Unclear which suit he's supporting, but he has a good hand for supporting one of them. As long as North doesn't bid 6 diamonds at any point in the auction, they should be fine.
Right. That would be bad.
Okay, well, he just bid 6 clubs.
No.
That's fine. He figures there's a hole somewhere, and he has got particularly good club support and the heart control. And partner rated to have short spades on this auction, so. And 4 diamonds shows a really good hand, so. You need to reward your partner when they do something like that. So Brad and Joe got to a good slam. It's easy to miss this one, so this is a potential pickup for. You actually can make 7 on this, right? The heart goes on the ace of diamonds, and then you rough 3 diamonds. You can't rough 3 diamonds and 2 hearts and draw trumps because they're not 1-1. So.
Well, the spades are 4-3, so as long as you don't get overruffed.
Yeah, you can set up your spade basically. I mean, you can claim 12 tricks now just by drawing trumps.
I think that's what he's gonna do.
Now, when trumps go 2-0, I don't think it can hurt you to mark the cross-rough line to see if East has to fall long enough that the spade can rough down. But maybe that doesn't work anyways. You're short on entries to the 6th trump hand. You need 3 entries to rough spades.
I think he's got it. What's happening? Boom, rough the spade. Well, he's got it. He's gonna make 7.
Oh, right. Okay.
$13 tricks. Okay, 2 pairs have bid it. And he made 13, and they only made, did they make 13? They made 13 in the other match. But
Okay, so yeah, West did go through an end signal of 4 diamonds. Tell his partner, I had no slam interest.
okay, 6 clubs making 7 was a push in the other match. That's what I also like about the USBF and all the world events. Unlike the ACBL, everybody plays the same hands. ACBL, you get, they never seem to arrange that until the later match.
It's a mixed bag. I mean, not, it's worse for the event that they're playing different hands, but since they're putting them all on BBO, one of the things I like to do is to practice my partnerships is I hate like the club hands because their comparisons are so random. So I like to play the Vanderbilt and Spingold hands. And the fact that each match uses their own set of boards means there's 3 times as many hands to play on BBO. So I play every board from every Vanderbilt and Spingold in practices.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see a lot of people do that. You play those hands and you get a result.
Now it's less, if I'm actually operating the view graph, that means it's a set that I can't really play myself later once I do some serious forgetting.
That's possible.
It's easier for me to forget as I've been aging. So east-west of in the closed room have just bid up to kind of 4 spades on what I consider to be a normal auction where east overcalls a spade and west just bids game because he might make it. And it appears that it's not a great game. Hearts are offside. You definitely have to lose the ace of diamonds. You're going to probably get the diamonds right, but the clubs are just sufficiently unfavorable that you can't avoid a club loser.
You're going to lose the hearts right away. So there's no way to make this.
And you lose 2 hearts. North will probably shift to a club. But maybe North doesn't shift to a club. Maybe North, I don't know what it's going to do.
Maybe he needs a diamond.
He could lead a diamond.
That is one way to, if they were in a lower contract, to lead a club, that's how you make your king of spades. They're afraid now to
they don't want to take a losing spade finesse around for a club rough. Although it turns out, because of the club situation, they're not afraid of a club rough because if clubs are 4-1, then they have to lose a club trick anyways.
Yeah.
They may be afraid of it, but there's nothing they can do about it.
Nothing you can do. Right. And this layout, would that help? King 10. Oh yeah, you don't want to come back to club. They can now pick it up. Pick the clubs up. Can they? Queen.
So it looks like
Yeah, still
in the other room, Greco's in a spot of trouble here on the 4 of spades. He's going to have to surrender a trick. I guess he can. No, I guess he can afford to bear his king of clubs because North can win the ace of clubs and cash the beer card. It's kind of like a Winkle-like situation where if South exits with a low club where neither opponent can win it, except that North does have a diamond winner. But South definitely can't afford a heart, or the declarer will take 3 heart tricks here for 11. Declarer's thinking maybe I am lucky enough. The ace of diamonds is on side, spades on side. They broke 2-2. All I need is the club finesse, except they break through 4-1. It's a pretty bad game. He's duly down 1. It feels really terrible when they bid a bad game like this and it makes. You just hope like maybe my teammates are also bad bidders and get up to 4 spades and go down. Or overbidders. Bonus aware.
Well, this is one event that everybody overbids in the teams.
Yeah, and I don't want to be misconstrued as saying 11 and Weinstein are bad bidders. They're amazingly good bidders.
Right. I'm sure if they were playing pairs, they would play 2 levels lower.
Yes.
Because in pairs you go low, and teams you tend to go high.
Yeah, I mean, teams you just sort of bid game, and the mesh was really poor on this hand, like practically mirrored shape. And you still have play for it, not great play. And I think that's also why in teams you kind of have to make some speculative doubles because the opponents are bidding a bunch of sketchy games on speculation, and you really have to punish them if it's going down 2 to make up for the times that they're making their 40% games. Yeah, declare ducks this and hopes that South stiff the ace of clubs, not the king. But North almost wins a beer card here, but doesn't go positive. If you go positive in winning the last trick with the 7 of diamonds without blowing a trick along the way, your partner is supposed to buy you a beer later.
Right.
Brad's here. Brad plays with the Scotch card also, which means if you're on defense and you win the last trick with the deuce of trumps, same rules as the beer card, your partner owes you a bottle of Dewar's.
Oh, not Johnny Walker Blue? Okay, Doors, we'll have to settle.
They're pretty bad. They're all bad scotches. We when I played with the Scotch card, we upgraded the Scotch to Black Bush,
Okay.
which is, you know, it's still not super expensive, but it's definitely drinkable. I don't know how much of a Scotch drink you are, but I feel like Dewar's is kind of vile.
I'm not much of a Scotch drinker, but I had the full bar. I have several top scotches and bourbons that people come over and drink. I don't ever drink them.
The only one I played with a Scotch card was Jeff Goldsmith, and he passed away recently. And one of the things that I took home from his estate was this bottle that's sitting here right by my
Oh, okay.
desk, which is a bottle of Bushmill 16. Jeff was really into Bushmills.
I'm to take his place as the cook in Puerto Vallarta. So I have to learn to make quesadillas. He was the king of the quesadillas. I do not like quesadillas, but when he made them, they were delicious.
Jeff was such a great host and really paid attention to the needs and of the people he was entertaining. So much so, I mean, even at the end, that he had died in I think in the summer, last summer, maybe in July, and he hosted a Memorial Day party in May.
Oh my God.
He died in September. He died in late September. And at the Memorial Day party, he was still running around cooking for people and wouldn't let people help him with the dishwasher. Sometimes every once in a while he'd get exhausted and lie down on the sofa for half an hour. And he knew he was dying, but I mean, he was just who he was. And I'll miss him dearly. He was a good friend and a good partner. All right, so sidetracked a little bit down memory lane. The hand where 3 diamonds went down 4 tricks. East-West are playing in spades the other way. The same lie of the, well, I mean, they have 2 clubs and a spade to lose for sure is 3s. I mean, it looks like they ought to be able to take 9 tricks in spades. And that's happening in the
So there'll be a push, another push.
well, no, it went minus 200 and 3 diamonds. So
Oh, it went down 4. Okay. Well, it won't be as bad. So it looks like if Brad should have saved a couple of tricks, might have been a little better here.
yeah, he greeted it up, and he might have pushed if he took another trick. So in the new board is hit the table in the closed room. And he says sort of like a normal 1 heart opening bid with extra heart and a little bit of extra strength. The single ace of diamonds is not a great value. And West has to decide whether or not to just bid 2 diamonds game forcing or bid 1 no trump. I suppose if they played a direct 3 diamonds invitational, he might have chosen that. I don't think they do, or he would have. So it's going to be a little awkward. So after a heart and no trump, 2 hearts, 2 no trump gets the values across. 3 diamonds could show just a bad hand with long diamonds, like the same hand, make the ace of spades into the 2 of diamonds, and you still bid it that way. So West is kind of in an awkward spot. I think he could pass based on the misfit and hope that they're not missing like 6 diamonds or 3 no, because 2 hearts can show some extra values. This is not a great auction for standard players. So yeah. With Jeff, one of the things we did is we played a multi 2 diamonds and then 2 hearts and 2 spades. We pushed up to 12, so that 1 heart, 2 heart rebid was like 13 to 16, skimming a little bit off the bottom end of it, which helps a lot on some of these closer hands.
Oh, Brad is getting off to the
Queen of clubs lead is not the most ferocious defense. I mean, it's a non-vulnerable game, so I understand going low on the misfit when you're not vulnerable. Partner could have had an even worse hand than he did. So I think long run, I think Levin's decision to pass 2 hearts is a pretty good one. But and if partner had one more diamond, pretty much you have a pretty good 3 now on these cards, right? 6 diamonds and a spade is 7. You'd have a good, and it's from your side, so you're protected from a spade. This is another thing. People don't realize that a doubleton ace is often a positional stopper.
Right.
And if you look at this exact hand, no trump from the east is terrible on a spade lead, right? Because they lead a spade through the ace, they clear the spades. You have 1 stopper. You have 2 spade stoppers if you play it from the west.
This is not going to go well. When he tries the second diamond and gets over off, it's going to be like, what do we do next? He's going to lose 2 spades, 2 clubs is 4, and 3 hearts.
He's trying to get the kids off the street, which seems like an okay approach. So is North just going to play ace of clubs and a club rough? Yeah.
Ace of clubs and a club rough.
And then what is South going to do for an encore? Play a spade, I think. Knock that ace of spades off the dummy.
And now when he plays the king of diamonds, he roughs with the 10 of hearts. And what happens? You have 2 spade loses, 2 heart loses is 4, club, yeah, down 1, looks like. And meanwhile, they were both on 15 in the other room, and the score is actually 9-8.
So now the path to victory for Declercq is to play the jack of clubs and not the king of diamonds, but that's completely doubled up.
Yeah, he's never going to do that.
South's out of trumps and can't do anything. But it wouldn't occur to me to do that. I would play the king of diamonds just because I think it's cashing. It's more likely to cash than the jack. I know my left-hand opponent's out of clubs. I don't know anyone's out of diamonds yet. So he overups here because he doesn't want to have to deal with another round of clubs. I guess dealing with another round of clubs would be fine. He doesn't want to deal with them cashing 2 spades and then playing another round of clubs, though.
Yeah, I threw a spade. Yeah.
All right, well, he is going to deal with them cashing a spade and then playing another club through. But he'll do fine by roughing with the 8.
Oh my God, I got a million messages.
Popular today. This is the last board in the closed room. South is passed, which vulnerable probably doesn't show quite as bad a hand as not vulnerable. And West has sort of a normal 1 diamond opening bid. And North has options. 1-0 trump's not a good option, but double and 1 heart are realistic options. 1 diamond double. Does East pass? I think East passes here. I don't think he tries to get his 10-9 4 of spades. And now South will bid East club suit.
I noticed Brad passed with 6, 7, and 8 point hands when something doubled. I tend to also, I don't tend to bid these 4 to the 10-9s anymore. They don't tend to do anything but get us in trouble.
3 spades drifted off in the open room. I wasn't paying attention to the play, but that was another 6 imps to nickel. And now we have the grand slam coming to the table. Hampson and Greco bid up to 7. That's a big swing for nickel. And if they somehow stay out of slam altogether, then it's a big swing for Fleischer. Jeff will open a precision club. And after West's first seat pass, South probably will do the negative before getting to their pattern, and then West might bid something at the 2 level. If it was a club pass, a diamond negative, it's very tempting and favorable for West to just bid 2 hearts to get the auction off the ground. I would definitely want to take up all those steps if I was defending a precision pair. There's not a whole lot of danger of getting hurt badly in 2 hearts with this hand. The main danger is the South's bid a spade. So the spade must be its natural in game forcing. Now they've gotten a suit and their values off their chest. So I think with West, it's less tempting to bid. because you might, first of all, you're on lead. So I guess that's not a big part of the consideration anymore. You certainly don't want a heart lead if partner winds up on lead. But you also just don't want to give them a roadmap as to how to play the hand if they're going to be in a close contract. So for me, his big difference would be if South did something that just showed controls or their values without saying anything about pattern, I'd be a lot more tempted to try to jam the auction before anyone had a chance to show any suits. In the closed room, they've got to 3-no trump. So South bid 2 clubs, North bid the hearts, and South with a 7 high card points opposite a very strong hand. Doubling and bidding shows a strong hand. Q bid, and North with the diamond stoppers bid 3-no, and 3-no is going to be a pretty easy contract with 4 spades and 3 hearts, and a diamond off the top is 8. You just need to develop a 4th heart trick for 9 or another diamond trick for 10. So, or another diamond trick. He's developing a heart trick right now. So Joe and Brad are going to bid 3-0 and they're going to make it. The slam hand. So 2 hearts. North has bid 2 hearts here. That can't possibly be natural. Yeah. Let's see. It says it's clubs. Okay, so they're playing some sort of transfer scheme. This allows, and I suppose if 2 clubs might have been an ask, so they probably had to do something else to show clubs, but they definitely want to be able to have suit agreement below 3-no trump whenever they can. So if 2 clubs were an ask, you wouldn't want 3 clubs to show clubs because partner couldn't agree clubs conveniently without going above 3-no, without some sort of transfer into responder, without responder doing some sort of transfer.
So it looks like Levin, what's going to happen here? Levin might have to give him the 10th trick here. Diamond, and now on the next one he has to, what does he throw?
So dummy has to discard. Well, dummy has an easy diamond discard. So he can't pitch the queen of clubs, and he can't pitch.
The other match is finished. I think it's 9-8 or 9-9.
Jeez. It's like the boards were flat. They certainly weren't flat in this match. 50 units scored so far, and there's still 4 more comparisons to come in, including a potential slam swing right here on board on board 12.
Oh, now we got to the level I can really see it. She went full screen, and I have a pretty big screen, 40 inches. 40 some odd inches, I forget what it is. Now, if I was still in California, I could have one of my smart kids put it on my 70-inch television. I can really see it.
So this is sort of an awkward auction situation that Greco finds himself in, because his partner has shown apparently 6 or more clubs, and he has 6 clubs and a strong hand. He knows there's this just absolutely huge fit. He doesn't have an easy way to communicate the scope of that fit to North. He's going to have to pull 3-0 when North bids it.
I mean, Brad didn't have a good way, and he just gambled 6 clubs.
Yeah, Brad just sort of like shrugged his shoulders and bid slam. And one of the things I'm thinking about here is South is, why have my opponents at favorable vulnerability left us alone in a precision auction when they have, one of them has a singleton club and the other one has a void?
Right.
Everything has to be breaking beyond that, and they must both be like 4-4, 4-1. Maybe in partner has only 5 clubs, or they have nothing. I mean, not sure why they're not bidding. Maybe they're spades over me on my left, and the guy decided to not come in because he had spades. But I'm just sort of scratching my head about why the opponents have so few clubs and they've left us alone at favorable.
I can see this is one of the layouts with the balance hand has all the points and the distributional hand has
Bad suits.
bad suits, and then probably have no way of showing hearts and diamonds right away. What did the other guy do? Did he just jump the 3 hearts or something? The other guy just bid something random, I think.
They bid a bunch of hearts.
Right.
I'm not sure if I can look up the results.
Oh, they just jumped to 6 clubs here. They couldn't figure it out.
It's like, I don't know, probably making slam. It just sort of feels like that takes a lot of the advantage of starting a strong auction lower and being able to find more things away to just leap to slam. North has no idea whether he's making 7 or 6 or what, so he's just going to pass. If even the relays would have trouble finding it because of the relays off. As you saw, there was a hand earlier with Kit and Bart. They couldn't tell the difference between the ace king being in the long suit and the short suit, and they needed it in the short suit, not the long suit, because one of the hands had a void. Right. So 6-5 hands can be a problem with relay also.
Because you probably can't. It takes too long to show 6-5.
6-5 shows at a fairly high level. 6-6 is our relay. We don't even put 6-6s in there, and we can't show 8-card suits. But so see, they would show the 5-5 at 2 spades if they were relaying, and then partner asks a 2-no, and then it would be 3 clubs, high short 3 diamonds, middle short 3 hearts, low short 3 spades. 3 spades should be the 5-2-0-6. So they'd be able to show it at 3 spades if it was Kit and Bart, and then they'd never ask in the they'd find 2 controls, but Kit and Bart on a 6-5 hand, they never ask in the doubleton. They only go back and forth between the 5 and 6 card suits. So partner would say no to a club, then partner would say no to the king of spades, so they would know partner has the ace of hearts at that point. I guess they would know partner has the ace of hearts right away, because that's the only 2 controls they could have when they have a diamond board. Well, actually, if you have the north hand and your partner says I have 5-2-0-6 with the ace of hearts and no high spade, you know that you have play for a grand. It's cold on 1-1 trumps, and it's cold if the spades are 4-3. So you can just bid a grand at that point.
The trumps are only 1-1 if we take it safe, and we need them to be 2-0.
Yeah, I would think with the opponents being silent, trumps are almost certainly 1-1, although they actually aren't here. All right, so they're taking their 13 tricks for a push.
Well, there's 9-9 in the other match. They got an imp on the last board. On the 3-0 making 4, that Brad and them made 4. One table made 4, and the other table only made 3. So Rosendahl didn't make any headway.
This was the hand where East overcalled a spade and West jammed to 4 spades, and it wouldn't shock me if the auction goes the same way. This table, heart of spade, 2 hearts, 4 spades. Seems like it could go heart of spade, 2 hearts, 3 hearts. North with 5-5 would be a little tempted to do something, but I don't think they will. North-South actually can lose just 2 spades, a club, and a diamond. I guess they can make 3 hearts. They have to guess diamonds right. I mean, West doesn't even have a cubit available here. He's kind of just forced to bid 4 spades. He doesn't have a cubit below me. I would bid 4 spades and hope the opponents bid 5 hearts so I could double them. So I'm pretty sure I'm not sure I'm making 4 spades, but I'm pretty sure that I'm happy to defend at the 5 level with that hand. And given the 3 heart bid in North, the king of spades is really says don't bid to the 5 level.
Right. And you're vulnerable. We can't afford to be wrong. If the guy's going to bid 3 hearts for this, see, I can't get a lot of my partners to bid 3 hearts for this hand. They bid 2, and then it comes up every time that the 4th trump, knowing that you have 4 trumps, will solve some problems in the bidding.
So this board should be another push. I
Can't
don't
imagine how
really
they
see a
would
path
break
forward
here.
for Declare to make this in any circumstances with the clubs being what they are.
No way to pick him up, even if he comes back a club.
Yeah.
I think you got all the spots. So 8, 9.
Yeah, if you switch the 7 and 5 of clubs, you can make it.
Right. 7. Right. Get to force it out.
I think we'll see the same defense, queen, ace of hearts, and a diamond. Seth may Seth played the 2 of hearts, which should be a suit preference signal here. Because, in my opinion, since you bid 3 hearts, you're known to hold 4 of them, and you have a choice between 3 spots. The 2 of hearts should actually tell partner I have the ace of clubs, but apparently they know that it doesn't, or that Jeff doesn't trust it. For me, the 2 of hearts would be saying, please lead a club. And it could have been important to lead a club here. If partner's only card is the ace of clubs, you can go club rough and just beat the hand that way.
Right.
Where, the Declare could have the ace king of diamonds and the queen jack of clubs and just be scoring this up on a diamond shift. And the other possibility is they play upside down suit preference. I don't know that anyone other than Mextrith and Rod will actually play upside down suit preference. And Mextrith and Rodwell don't play together anymore. I don't know that is going to be a forever divorce. I think we will see Rodwell back in competitive bridge eventually.
When you don't have to have the vaccine, because he
Right now you do, and Rodwell does not want to have the vaccine, which is why he's not showing up at these events. I miss him. He's such a great player and so much fun to watch, Mextrith and Rodwell. So I'm hoping that something changes and we can see him again at high level events.
Once again, he can't tell what the spots are. I guess his 4th best here.
Yeah, I can't imagine playing any diamond other than the ace here. And I can't really imagine South trying to give partner a club rough. Like, I mean, the way to let them make, I guess, is to win the ace of diamonds and shift yourself to a club.
That's the only thing I see. That'd
be playing partner for a club void. Then what's his pattern if he has a club void? 2, 5, 6, 0. That's not possible. Not with the 6 of diamonds. I mean, it just doesn't really seem believable that partner could be 2, 5, 6, 0, and you're sitting here defending. I mean, it is technically possible that could have been dealt, but
I guess Greco was thinking now if he wins the ace and Declare has the queen, he'd set up a discard for the club and the guy would only need the club finesse. If declare Bard had queen and one diamond, he needs to play the 9. But then his partner underled the jack 10, 4th, 5th, or 4th. Well, he played the ace. $69. Yeah, this match has gotten out of, what is it, 61. This one's 72. Imps, and Spectre leads Rosenthal by 69, and they finish the set.
You go back to the Rosenthal match. It's closer now.
Right. Well, they're done. They're done with their set.
So as a spectator, it's a little disappointing to see the matches get separated like this. The really close ones are a lot more exciting, and hopefully the scores will compress a little bit more with the trailing teams picking some up. Sometimes you're trailing by a bunch and you push to try to create some swings, and you do generate swings, just not favorable ones. And then the match gets completely impossible. So that's pretty much it here. Declare takes a spade finesse, crosses his fingers, the ace king of spades comes down, breathes a sigh of relief. All right, well, now all I need is the club finesse, except all you need is the club finesse and a club break, and you don't only get one of those things. The club finesse and a break would sort of require South to be what, 2-4-4-3, which is not ridiculous, instead of 2-4-3-4. I don't really see the point of playing an extra trump. The opponents have millions of hearts to pitch.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's eliminating the cards just in case the clubs are 4-1 the other way. It's only down 1.
Ah, yes. That they can't be 4-1 the other way, or North would have 14 cards.
Right, totally.
He's just demonstrating the technique in case it comes in handy on a later hand.
Right.
And he needs to play South for 2-4-4-3 at this point, so he has an option of playing either player for the queen of clubs. So he's thinking, what is North hand? If North had queen and 1 club, then he would be king and 1, ace queen 5th, queen 10 4th, queen and 1. Which would be 13 high card points. And South would be 10-9, 10 4th, ace 4th, 10 3rd. And it's both constructions are possible. But once you're putting the clubs 3-2, the queen was just more likely to be dealt in the 3-card holding than the 2-card holding. If you think that the auction would go the same either way. And I think the only thing that maybe that Kit's thinking to himself right now is that if North had 4 diamonds, they didn't need to show me the queen on when I roughed the diamond. So why did North go out of their way to show me those 2 high card points in diamonds? Are they doing that because they also have the queen of clubs and they want to make sure that I know I have an opening bid? Matt Granovetter will follow lines of thought like that sometimes, which I think is sometimes why he his plays used to be quite so slow. He's sped up in recent years, but I remember him discussing a hand with me like that, where I showed him an honor I didn't need to show, and in a part score, and he thought for about 15 minutes about why I showed him the honor when I didn't need to. I learned my lesson. No longer show him honors I didn't need to show him.
Right.
Part score, and he thought for about 15 minutes about why I showed him the honor when I didn't need to. You need to mute your Twitch, Barry. Show him honors I didn't need to show him. Right. 15 minutes ago, why I showed him the honor when I didn't need to mute your Twitch, Barry.
Sorry.
I'm just echoing forever now.
Well, this is a hand that Bobby and Steve stopped in 2 hearts and went down 1.
I'm told they actually did have a 1 heart past 3 diamonds available directly as an invite,
Yes.
and just didn't use it. So it was Levin just underbidding somewhat. They actually did have a 1 heart past 3 diamonds available. All right, whoever's got the echoing thing on needs to mute that. It was Levin just underbidding someone. They did have a 1 heart past 3 diamonds available. All right, whoever's got the echoing thing on needs to mute that. This is exciting. Underbidding someone. If you're going to play 3-0 trump, you really want to play it from the west to protect the spade holding. But he's just has a bad misfit for diamonds, so is exiting the auction.
Spade king, he's going to win the ace. Now he's either going to play a heart or a spade. But he wins the ace.
It's unclear which to play. And the heart sets up your ability to start roughing hearts in your hand. So maybe you do that.
I'm thinking Hampson, whatever he leads wins, and at some point under leads the ace of clubs.
The player might be able to come to quite a few tricks here with some elopements.
But he's got to guess these clubs, I think. I think he's going to play the ace of hearts and a low club now.
If he
or just a low club right now.
If he pops the king of clubs, he's going to do all right, I think, on a low club shift. But if he ducks, he's cooked, right? Because now the defense goes club, club, club are off, and that's their 4th trick. They still have the ace of hearts to come, and the diamonds haven't even been solved yet. Now, low club shift is kind of jumping out of the north hand for me. The main alternative, I suppose, is to just exit a trump and put declare in dummy and let him take his spade trick. A low club definitely works better when a partner has the queen than it does when declare has it, though.
Right. Claire
Not
has
a totally safe play.
No. Here's the low club. Okay. Oops, he ducked. Good night.
And he's not coming up for air. Now, 2 hearts did go off in the other room.
Right.
So this may go down 2, I think. So it may be a small swing to nickel, who doesn't really need the 2 more imps, but they'll give them to him anyways.
Ace back to the heart. And another club.
Ace of clubs, club rough, heart over to the ace and another club.
It might be 3 down.
North's
Yep,
cashing.
you guys say it's ours. Now the club.
But I don't think West can shorten his trumps and get back to dummy anymore. He only has one dummy entry left, so it's another. The Jack of Trumps is going to score from South.
Go rough the spade and get the bad news.
All right, so 2 imps more, and we now have board 15, which was another potential swing, if I remember correctly.
It was a 3-0 where they got to, they had 9 tricks.
Oh, right. The auction is it's possible to miss it because the points are so skewed, but you have enough extra values that I don't think you're really likely to. West will open a precision diamond. I expect North to double with their strong hand. South will bid 2 clubs. The
This
auction
might
should
be
be
one of
the
their
same
10
way.
to 12 nut trumps, isn't it?
Oh, you're right. So now we have this like sidebar because North's going to double this, and East, I assume, is going to run to 2 clubs, and South is going to want to double that for penalty. If South doesn't, North may double it for takeout, and South could convert that for penalty. And we may find East-West playing 2 clubs doubled instead of North-South bidding 3-0.
It depends on what they play here. If 2 clubs shows clubs and a higher, then a lot of people play that too. In which case, the higher might not be the right way to go.
I think I would, when I'm 5-4, I tend to not hope for a 4-4 fit when they've doubled 1-0. Usually, because partner won't know when to pull it.
Right.
So I just bid I like to be able to bid any suit naturally when they goes 1-0 double. So he's alerted 2 clubs, but we don't know what the alert was. It's either clubs and a higher or it's clubs, I think. Or sometimes you play it's clubs or not clubs, like basically you have an SOS redouble in your pocket, so it's 2 clubs is ostensibly natural, but you tell the opponents that maybe you're fooling around here a little bit, plan on redoubling if they on sort of takeout of clubs if they hit it. And I've played it all of these ways that we've described. 2 clubs is sort of my favorite way of playing.
Didn't Greco? Looks like Greco passed, and it doesn't show up in the other thing. He's definitely passed.
So
Those clubs and another.
clubs and another. So they're not going to play it in clubs because West's worst suit is clubs. So West will bid 2 diamonds, East will bid 2 spades, and 2 spades is not a good contract because the defense can draw trumps and claim.
But somebody's got to be able to double here.
Well, someone should be able to have a penalty double. It looks like I'm wondering if maybe I'm not seeing any action on this table. I'm not seeing a pass. They either are playing penalty doubles or takeout doubles here.
In the tray, it says Greco passed here, but it doesn't say in the other column.
Maybe I'm not seeing any action on this table. I'm not seeing a pass. They either are playing penalty doubles or takeout doubles here.
In the tray, it says Greco passed here.
You may need a headset, Barry. Whatever is going on is echoing through everyone else's speakers. Okay, so now I'm seeing 2 clubs pass. So they must play the first double as takeout. West has passed 2 clubs rather than run. Maybe he's figuring like maybe the opponents will bid and we're in trouble, so I'm just gonna wait to run till later. They must play. Let's see if North bids. So North has gone ahead and made a takeout double.
This is worse for Kid. If he had bid, it'd been very difficult to double 2 spades.
Well, now that 2 clubs doubled's getting passed, 2 spades is going to get doubled for penalty because once they've converted a double for a takeout double for penalty, subsequent doubles are going to be penalty.
Right.
So I think it's going to go 2 diamonds.
Oh, he's going to go redouble.
Redouble. Okay, it's going to go redouble past 2 spades.
Pass
Double. And South's going to be on lead. South is probably going to lead the king of spades. And that's going to be a bloodbath.
It'll be down, looks like 5. Okay, I guess you're gonna have to give him the heart.
If I guess they're always a trump, like you can't get a heart ruff in the south hand and draw trumps later.
Right.
You're probably gonna leave the king of spades and switch to the jack of hearts, and go heart to the queen. North will just draw trumps and knock out the king of hearts. You're gonna take 4 spades and 4 hearts is 8, and a diamond is 9 off the top. All right. Technically, that's only down 800 so far. South has passed throughout. Well, there they are. I think the king of spades is going to be left. And the opponents are like in trouble, doubling and leading trumps is sort of the normal thing to do. So I'm kind of surprised if Greco doesn't lead the king of spades. Meanwhile, I mean, East can't even get in conveniently to lead, take a club finesse, right? When the defense is going to be playing all those hearts, I guess he can lead a diamond towards his queen 10 to get to his hand to take a club finesse. The jack of hearts, and jack of hearts is sort of fine. It can go jack of hearts, heart to the queen, heart ruff with the 10 and overruffed with the king. I mean, that's even better maybe for the defense. If on the third round hearts, he has to pitch. The fight is going to be over the 1100 point trick, I think.
20 ways they can go wrong here. They need to draw the trump and give him the heart. Like you said, if he doesn't lead the king of spades, he might not play him for it.
Well, I mean, a heart to the queen and a low heart lets you basically rough the heart with the 7, play the king of spades, cross the ace of diamonds, and take and just lose 2 diamonds on a club north south. Right, like East is stuck on the next. When North plays the 10 of hearts, or East is stuck. If he roughs with the 10, South overruffs with the king, and they draw trumps. And if East pitches, then South roughs with the 7, and they can draw trumps.
Oh, he played the ace of
He
hearts.
played the ace, he played the low one. So now East can rough. I think it's down just 4. I'm a little surprised he played the ace of hearts rather than the 10. It feels instinctively wrong to me that he did that. So South overruffs here they can draw trumps and give up the heart. I mean, they're going to lose 2 diamonds on a club also. You're thinking of north south as declaring us in spades rather than east west.
Well, he's going to play the ace and play another heart. I think this is what's going to happen here.
It may also be down 4.
He's got a rough with the 10 on this next heart.
He did it.
He rough with the 10. That was a good play, Bart. Now you better cash your diamond club, cash your 2 diamonds in the club before they cancel you.
Or the rats got on him. Well, so they lost the trick on defense. It was, I think that after the jack of hearts lead, they might have been able to find the path to 1100, but still 800.
He had to not lead the ace heart, he had to lead the low heart.
I mean, IMSA instead of imps out is when you're ahead by 70 is all you're really looking for.
Well, they probably don't know they're ahead, but they might have an idea they might be ahead by 7. They might have an idea. They did have some really big boards at the beginning that the other side, the other match didn't bit slam on any of those hands. And they were in slam on all, in the first 4 boards where they were, gained all those imps.
I'm surprised at the speed at which Hampson played the 10 of hearts, or played the ace of hearts, not the 10.
Right.
Given the complexity of the situation, I'd have thought he'd wanted to give it a little bit more of a study. And he played a card that cost a trick, and he played it relatively quickly. And that's sort of like not how I feel he generally plays.
No, he usually thinks pretty deliberate player. Still plays, faster than Greco. Greco can be very slow. I'm taking a player's place on Monday in Raleigh. Seems that Alan Graves is in the hospital.
Yeah, we wish him the best.
Okay, I do too. We're losing people left and right.
It's been a rough couple of years for Bridge. So Declare is giving this a good study. He's trying to figure out how he can get out for the least amount of damage, but there is no good solution.
Looks like he has to get his diamond, 2 diamonds at a club.
No, the North
that's
hand is
it.
good other than that. So, I mean, at some point, you can almost do it, right? You play the queen of diamonds, cross the ace of clubs, play the king of diamonds, and then play another diamond. And
No, yeah.
what
Greco threw his one of his diamonds away, so Greco would be able to rough
the rough with the 7. Yeah.
7. Otherwise, you're right.
Otherwise, you'd actually promote a trump trick with your 6 of trumps. North has ace, queen, jack 3, and can't rough with the jack, or promotes the 8 of trumps. But with Greco having thrown a diamond away, that no longer is going to help him. Jeff is bluffing, and he has the short diamond by throwing the jack away here, hoping they'll think he's 4-5-2-2 and maybe take a club finesse.
Oh, he's playing a spade himself.
Well,
This will make it pretty easy.
there's nothing he can do but lose the last 2 tricks. So he's thinking like, all right, well, actually, I guess what he's doing is he just tried to get up for 800. He figured he'd just play a spade, let North win, and then lead away from his supposed king doubleton of clubs in the 2-card end position.
Right.
So he didn't have to guess who has the king of clubs. So he was just settling for 800, figuring it would be a small loss against a making red game the other way. All right, well, thank my as our operator, Al, for giving extra system notes. Thank you very much, Ron, for being a wonderful foil to my commentary, and Barry and Jill Myers, I believe, are
Ready to take over.